Hi there and welcome. I'm Nikki Sutton and I help people realise the infinite nature of self and of reality. Summer solstice 2019, waves of change and cleansing too. The sun nurtures and gives life to us. The energy that the sun gives is passed down through the galaxy, through the universe, through our central sun, and distributed out between solar systems to our sun, which then filters down to our planet and then to us. You see the stream of the energy as it moves down through the cosmos. So our energy, our life-giving energy, comes from the sun. And it's not just energy, it's also consciousness, conscious catalyst as well. Now in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice represents the longest day. And these cycles, it's a good idea to pay attention to, given the great catalyst that comes from our sun, the energies and the stimulation, the stimulus that comes via those energies. So historically, the solstice was important to our ancestors. The pagans believe that magic is strongest during the summer solstice. Perhaps we can utilise some of that magic during this magical time. Native American tribes would take part in ceremonial sun dances at this time of year, and Stonehenge is aligned with the sunrise of the summer solstice. So our ancient ancestors knew there was something significant, something special about the summer solstice. So it seems like there's going to be another profound shift at the moment, catalysed by the sun's energy, and it's most significant at this solstice time. You may notice in the world there's change in the way that people are thinking. As time goes on, sometimes it's hard to notice the differences because we're part of it and we see changes gradually. However, if you look back at several years ago, you may see there's a number of changes. There's new ways of thinking, there is awakenings happening. More and more we come across people who seem to know certain things in a spiritual sense and be awakened to the true nature of our system. There is a shift coming in our way of thinking. But you see, as with the nature of these cycles, we have to go really low and deep in a negative feeling sort of way, collectively, before we can move into that golden age. This is the nature of these cycles. And we came to the end of a 25,000 year cycle. These are galactic cycles of great change, rising and falling. And it's about now that we're moving into a new cycle of 25,000 years. And we have to go quite low in terms of consciousness, in terms of behaviours collectively, before we can move into a new cycle. That's the nature of the rhythm, like the Hermetic principle of rhythm. These cycles repeat themselves. So we need to go quite low into quite sort of negative things happening collectively before we can go into a golden age. And that golden age is predicted. And it stands to reason that consciousness has to go into collectively a low swing in order to be fed up of it all and then protest and create sweeping changes before we move into a next phase. And this solstice marks another strengthening of that getting fed up collectively of what we're experiencing in society, in economics and politics and the way things are run. Another strengthening of us getting fed up of what's going on in the world before we gain enough impetus and momentum to really initiate that change. So energetically, it seems like we're on a bit of a breaking point at the moment, and you might be feeling that. You might be feeling a bit fed up with the world. Sorry to be so negative, but trying to find the beauty and goodness in the world through mindfulness really helps, because you can enjoy the present moment in your life, enjoy what's going on in life without being dragged down too much by worldly events as they happen. It seems like things are falling to pieces in the world, but we are doing something about it. There are many trying to initiate change and see more clearly, and things need to fall to pieces before you can move into a new phase. Our collective shadow aspect really wants to be healed, and before it can be healed, it needs to push itself to the surface. Negative things that go on in the world, that's our collective shadow aspect. It's the shadow behind us of our collective vibration. We need to turn around and see it collectively and try and get consensus. Know what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and heal this shadow aspect. But this also comes about on a individual personal level as well, because before we can heal collectively, we need to heal on a personal level. And once more, we see the shadow aspects coming out of our subconscious mind for us to heal, and then we can heal collectively. Carl Jung talked a great deal about our shadow aspect and our shadow side, and I talk about inner work and healing the subconscious mind, where all of these shadows reside. There's much more in the subconscious mind apart from that, good things as well, good feeling and emotion. It's a shadow that comes out triggered by the summer solstice often. You may have found that in the last month leading up to the solstice, you've been having a lot of realizations, perhaps realizing that you've been putting up with stuff just in an attempt to be happy, but really you're identifying things that actually you want to chuck out of your life. Things that you do, perhaps people in your life that you've worked with and you've tried, but you can't put up with that anymore. It's recognizing what no longer serves you and moving forward in a new direction. So that's why these are waves of change coming in. Recognizing actually I've not been happy with that, even though I've been trying to tell myself I am and I can put up with it. Actually, I'm going to change things. We get to a breaking point where you've got nothing to lose. I might as well go ahead and do something new, put something new in place, try something new. So individually, there's a lot of people purging. The shadow aspect is coming out, and depression can set in. Or even very mild depression where you swing low and then a few days later you feel a bit better and then swing low again. It's those things coming out, triggered by solar energies, the vibration of the solar energies intensified at this time, bringing things out. And that's not a bad thing. For us to say, oh no, that's painful, let's shove it back down. It won't go away unless we talk to it, address it. Ask ourselves, as if you're in two minds, what is that negative emotion and how can I heal it? How can I help you? How can I help myself? Oftentimes we get swept up in a lot of stories. Our mind adopts a story, a worry, an anxiety about something coming up, or just general anxiety about what's going on at the moment. These are stories of the mind, and these stories are quite prominent. Do you want to identify with the stories your mind adopts, or do you want to step outside of them and realize that that's just a story? It's not me, and I choose not to worry and stress about this and that, think that everything's futile, think there's no way out. Or can I work with that? So there's a big theme of clearing out. And this also goes physically as well, clearing out the body. So you could drink more water and perhaps do a water fast for a few days. That clears out your system. Perhaps consider clearing out your home at this time. That really renews the energies. Notice how wonderful your home can feel once you clear out some of the old crap, and clean, get rid of the dead skin cells and dust everywhere. I mean, a really deep clean, like get behind the furniture. Negative energies can collect there. Clean out your home, start afresh. Clean out your body, start afresh. And those negative energies, due to all that, will be gone, cleared out, and then you can move forward with happy sweeping changes if that is what you wish. Another good idea is to perform grounding, so go outside with your bare feet and stand on the grass, not on the concrete, but earth or grass, or you can stand and hold on to a tree if you like. We release excess energy into the earth and absorb the negative ions which are doing the good work within our bodies. I have a video on grounding, so that's really important. If you're feeling like it's all too much, there's too much static or electric energy built up within you, go and stand outside on the earth for about 20 minutes, and this really helps the body. It helps with inflammation, it helps your body to reset and relax, and it helps you to heal. You see lots of movies and series on TV or streaming services, however you watch these things, that are about apocalypse, like everything's an apocalypse, apocalyptic future. Everyone's gonna die and all of this. This is engineered programming to make us fear the future. The thing about an apocalypse is apocalypse actually means an unveiling or unfolding of things not previously known, which could not be known apart from the unveiling. So an apocalypse being an unveiling or an unfolding of things which were previously unknown. Apocalypse is not the destruction of everything, of humanity, the end. It's a new beginning. But we're made to fear apocalypse. But really it's a revolution, an unfolding, an unveiling of things which weren't previously known. I wonder what it is that we haven't previously known. What is it? What do we need to know? I think there's a lot that's hidden from us that we need to know. So maybe we need an apocalypse. A good one. So I'm in no way predicting an apocalypse here. I'm just saying that I think there is something like that happening, an unveiling of things that were previously unknown to us. They're going to become known, and these solar energies in this summer solstice, the strengthening of them, the more exposure we have to them, it's catalyzing such things. It's a bit of a fork in the road. There are timelines that are open to us, but we have to choose to take them. There are so many unmanifested potentials that we have, but we don't expect them. We don't see ways forward that we could take. We don't expect them. They are open to us though. So we have to expect the unexpected and be open to wonderful things happening. We have to be open to the unexpected in a positive way. So if you experience a feeling of futility or that there's no hope, then we need to work on that, because that's creating more no hope. There are timelines available to us. We just need to expect that there are. So we grab timelines according to our expectations or willingness to go somewhere new. And that's the cleansing and the change again. Our willingness to try something new. The old is coming up for us to work on, and that's something new. There's new opportunities opening to us, but we have to be willing to go somewhere new and take a chance in terms of experience, in terms of the way things are done, changing the way things are done, making changes in life and thinking outside the box and moving forward in a new way. So these incoming energies are supposed to be taxing. They are taxing. They're supposed to be, because sometimes healing and change are not easy. And we can feel weird out of nowhere and overwhelmed. I've had that a number of times recently. I can be feeling great and then suddenly I feel weird and overwhelmed. Sometimes it's triggered by something. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's triggered by the energies. I mean, it sounds woo-woo, but we are electrical beings. We're energetic beings in an energetic reality. So how can we not be affected by energies that come in from various sources, especially the life-giving sun? We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the sun. It takes a much greater role in our life than we believe, because we've never been taught these things. But those in power know that it is so, really. So dream big. There's no harm in dreaming big, in dreaming an amazing way forward. What harm is there in that? Nothing. You may not believe that you have the right to dream big, or what's the point in dreaming big, but that's how we manifest a way forward, and then we gain momentum individually and collectively. Don't be afraid of having big dreams for what you aspire to in life. We all want to experience positive experience in our life, so dream it into existence. So read between the lines of your experiences as well. The experiences we have, they're not meaningless. They happen for a reason. We can just have those experiences, or we can have those experiences and learn from them. How did I feel? How did other people feel? Why did that happen? What's creation trying to tell me? Oftentimes creation is trying to draw your attention to something. That's why things along a certain theme tend to happen a lot at once, because creation is saying, here you go, here's a lesson to learn. You can pay attention or not pay attention. If you pay attention, then you move on, and these things tend to stop repeating. So things might seem like they're falling apart sometimes, when really they're falling into place. Just like the pendulum swing of the Hermetic principle of polarity. Things swing from bad to good, or happy to sad. Just like the Hermetic principle of rhythm, these things come in cycles, rhythmically, but with variation. So things might seem like they're falling apart, but they need to fall apart in order to rebuild themselves again. It's like when we have a spiritual awakening, our sense of self and everything about us falls apart, and then we have to rebuild ourselves again and feel better, and we come out a new person, a completely different person. So you see, sometimes things need to fall apart in order to fall into place. And like the principle of rhythm, the negative times that you might be feeling that are catalyzed by solar energies at the moment in the solstice, that's falling apart, not to worry. The rhythmic cycle will bring it back to the positive again, and you'll feel stronger, more spiritually progressed and healed than ever before. So that's been my summer solstice update for you. Cleansing and change. That's the theme I'm feeling at the moment. So please visit nikkisutton.com. I've got 2 great online interactive courses there, plus all my content, and a forum as well for chatting, and my guided meditations there. And please consider as well supporting this channel via Patreon, so that I can continue my work effectively and bring you more videos like this one. I really hope you found this helpful today. And remember to click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. Like and share also, because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.